Namaste, my friend. Last week we discussed in detail about how the impure states of the mind takes over our behavior, our attitude, and causes endless suffering. But this week we will see how the Eastern wisdom, knowledge plus practice, helps us to reverse these impure states of the mind. Why we are understanding, you are doing the practice, you are listening and learning, contemplating and reflecting. Remember, knowledge means I know. Anxiety mind, I know the cause. I know the cause. Sankalpa, vikalpa, delusion, projection of happiness outside. And once I know, I repeat in my head, it is gone. Because you got the result, you sent me that you are sitting calmly and joyfully without doing anything. And you experience that state of the calmness and the peace. Wonderful. We are awakening to the higher consciousness. That is our goal, ultimately to realize the real self of the nature of peace, happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. So, my friend, we will continue with our simple but very effective practice that contains the practice, but 90% it is knowledge, it is reflection, it is contemplation. So the eyes are closed or open, both will work. Find out the most comfortable place to sit. Be aware of the position of the body. Do not create a position of the body with some pressure or the weight on any part of the body, because after a few minutes or few seconds, it will cause unnecessary stress. So sit means to sit casually but comfortably. And then naturally you are holding on the position of the body. Why it is required? Because the movement of the body is because the movement of the mind. And the movement of the mind will identify with you, and then we fall back into ignorance in the beginning. But after that, it is okay. So I have been saying being comfortable, and I use a very simple process. You are aware or you feel the neck joint, your awareness looking deeper into the neck joint, and you experience the sensation, comfort, and steadiness. Looking at the shoulder joints, being there, aware. Who is looking? Mind. You're not moving the body to look at it. So you are aware. Awareness means feeling and looking, or moving the mind on the shoulder joints. Be there, look deep inside. Mind has an ability to be aware inside and experience sensation, comfort, and steadiness. You will find that your mind naturally wants you to close your eyes, and if that happens, close your eyes. The entire body, feel or look or be aware of the entire body from the top of the head to the toes. and experience sensation, comfort and steadiness. Second step is being carefree. 99% it is knowledge and understanding. 1% you can say, oh, it may be a practice. Being carefree. We discussed many a times being carefree means free from the who cares. Who cares all of us? It is the mind. So if the impure mind cares, for example, anxiety, guilt mind, upset mind, strong likes and dislikes mind, it is already in delusion. It will definitely cause one or the other problem, symptoms, feeling. And if the pure mind cares, so we want pure mind should care. So being carefree, I gave you the last week example that there is a highway and highway does not change. There is a traffic, there is a light traffic, there is a traffic jam, but nothing happens to the highway. Are you clear? Today I'm giving you another example, the sky. Nothing happens to the sky. You have dark clouds, you have white clouds, you have birds flying in the sky. We say birds flying in the sky, so something happens should happen to the sky, nothing. Now the same thing, background, reference, you are aware of the space or a blankness or emptiness inside your forehead or inside the heart. That does not change. And on that surface, we have undesirable, unwelcome thoughts associated with the feeling and emotions. The way nothing happens to the highway because the traffic jam is there. So there may be millions of the thoughts. Nothing happened to the space. Just be aware, just note it, observe it, understand it, watch it. Understand it, watch it. Watch it, you have a knowledge. Observe it, you are aware of it. What you are aware? That space, like a highway, nothing happens to it. An undesirable, unwanted thought enters into your mind, they leave it. They come and go. Are you clear? Understanding that, you will discover that space is separate from the traffic of thoughts. The way the highway is always separate from the traffic. The sky is always separate from the birds, dark clouds and white clouds. Same way that space is always separate and different from the thoughts, feeling, emotions, etc., etc. Good. Continue. So, you are comfortable and you are carefree. You are comfortable and you are carefree. In that state, slowly and gently inhale into through your nostrils into the belly and the rib cage. While doing the humming sound loudly, you drop mentally Om Shanti inside your forehead on the space. What you're doing, you are taking your mind away from undesirable, unwelcome thoughts. It happens only in the heightened state of awareness. And how we can understand that the body is in the state of sensation, comfort, and steadiness. It is not moving. You are looking inside the forehead in the space and dropping mentally, non-verbally, Om Shanti, Om Shanti. But at the outside, you are breathing deep inside. While breathing out, you're making the humming sound. Also the Om Shanti you are dropping. Continue. Om Shanti continues, humming continues, steadiness and stillness in the body continues. Humming, stillness in the body, and dropping of Om Shanti continues. Our objective is to drive the mind away from undesirable and unwelcome thoughts. Why? We will know. How we will know? You will experience. I need not to say anything. You are dropping Om Shanti inside the forehead while doing the humming sound loudly in the state of steadiness in the body and the comfort in the body. Now stop this, moving the mind or feeling the whole body from the top of the head to the toes and experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness in the body. And when you're looking inside, you also find calmness in the quietness, moving the mind again on the entire body, from the top of the head to the toes, experiencing sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And inside, calmness and quietness. In that state, we will pick up the knowledge in the mantra to reflect. Why we reflect, the mind becomes pure, ready to think, speak, and act out of the peace and happiness, love, truth, and wisdom. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu, you say in your mind. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. May there be happiness for all. We said happiness for all. Why? If it is happiness for all, it means the happiness is our essential nature. Do you experience that happiness is your essential nature here and now? Yes, I experience the calmness and the joy and the state of the happiness. Very good. That state of the happiness does not depend on any object outside or a person or a relationship, is also the essential nature of every being on this earth. So if one gets upset with you, you recognize that happiness is there within. Because he does not recognize that happiness, that's why he is angry and upset. So what happens to your mind? Your mind is able to maintain that composure, that calmness and peace. You are unaffected by it. Did you understand that? Second line, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu. May there be peace for all. Peace, peace, peace for all. Same example, same reasoning. Peace, why the peace? May there be peace for all. No, you are not doing anything. You are recognizing that the peace not only is our essential nature, like the sweetness of a sugar, but it is also the essential nature of every being on this earth. But why? Because they are living in ignorance, in impure states of the mind. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu. May there be completeness for all. Completeness for all. Wholeness, holiness. You know that completeness indicates the wholeness, holiness. So if you are complete in yourself, wholeness, the mind doesn't desire. So if it doesn't desire, it doesn't become agitation, doesn't become greed. It has no expectations outside, so it doesn't become delusion. There is no reason to have an ego and the jealousy. Oh, the life changes completely. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. May there be auspiciousness for all. Very important. Cryptic language, symbolic message, but it has a very deeper meaning. May there be auspiciousness. The entire existence is always full of auspiciousness. peace, completeness, and happiness. But I don't experience that because of the impure states of the mind. So if it results into the pure, if I develop, cultivate the pure states of the mind by following these simple principles which I discussed in the last 7 sessions, what happens? By knowledge, you can enter into the auspicious. You don't create auspiciousness, you enter into the auspiciousness. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Shanti means peace. We normally say 3 times, one peace is your essential nature. The same peace is the essential nature of whatever the thing, people, relationship you are with or you know. That peace is for the known world outside, and the third peace is to the unknown source. And that unknown source is our existence. That is the goal in the journey. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. And slowly open your eyes. What is the takeaway from the last session? Very important. All experiences takes place in the mind. Good, bad, high, low, superior, inferior. Because of these opposite sets of experiences, we are understanding what are the negative in the impure states of the mind, what is their cause and effect that we have already covered in our last week's session. Today, we will just do the opposite. What exactly is the pure states of the mind? What is the equivalent opposite of that impure states of the mind? Do you remember which state of the impure states of the mind we have taken? Guilt mind. What is the guilt mind? The guilt mind, opposite of guilt mind, is the forgiveness mind. Very near. So I'm using the word forgiveness mind. So what is the forgiveness mind? You have to think a mind that practices self-compassion, learns from the mistakes and releases guilt in a healthy manner is the forgiveness mind. Oh, I did the mistake. What is that mistake? You find the cause and effect, and then you release the guilt in a healthy manner. What is the cause of the forgiveness mind? Discernment. I've been talking about discernment, recognizing the discernment recognizes the wisdom in forgiveness. Impure mind recognizes the ignorance in guilt, but you recognize the wisdom in forgiveness. So your sankalpa, your imagined, and now there is no imagined and projected thought. Instead, your mind lives with and finds the wisdom. And dispassion enables letting go of self-punishment. Discernment, recognizing the wisdom, and dispassion enables letting go of this punishment. Self-punishment. It leads to what? What is the effect? Self-acceptance, inner peace, an ability to move forward with the life lessons you have learned. Someone who acknowledges their mistakes, makes changes, and forgives themselves. Free your mind from the burden of the guilt. relation to the vasana, sankalpa, vikalpa, and the desire. So we all have an innate desire for the self-love and the wisdom that create positive sankalpa of growth. And that positive sankalpa of the growth results into self-forgiveness. Did you get it? You have to listen to it again. If you don't understand, let me know. You have to repeat it. You have to remember these positive, impure states of the mind. We discussed about anxious mind. The opposite of anxious mind would be equanimity or equanimous, if I use the word equanimous mind. So what is this equanimous mind? A mind that remains calm, balanced, and peaceful even in the face of uncertainty and challenges. Life is uncertain. Every day is a new situation. Every day we find new challenges. So you remain calm and balanced and poised in these uncertainty and the challenges that we face every day in the world outside, in relationship, in possessions with reference to the body also. Shraddha, the faith works here. What is the cause of it? So I have a faith in my inner resilience. The moment you are doing that, let me move, let me contemplate and reflect why, how, where, and when. So that helps you to move into inner resilience. But that inner resilience is an element of the faith because you have a faith inside you. Or you simply surrender all your anxiety to the existence. What I am, what I possess. Oh, anxiety and worry, let me offer to the existence. Again, it comes offer to the existence. So when you offer to the existence, faith starts that resilience. And with offering, you cultivate trust and equanimity. That is what happens. Results in reduced stress, you minimize your stress, you increased presence and ability to respond to the life with clarity and the grace and the humility. Your anxious mind is gone. Someone who faces a difficult situation with a deep breath. So that is why we talk about take a deep breath couple of times, or you do the practice, Om Shanti, Shanti, until you find that there is a state of the calmness, and then you start thinking in this way. So again, we have the vasana, the past impressions of that resilience is always present in my mind. But it is veiled by the impure states of the mind, anxiety, worries, etc. And now we are bringing it forth. Releasing. So you have a sankalpa of peace in the present moment, releasing vikalpa of desire to control the outcome. So what happens in anxiety? We try to control the outcome by worrying, by nervousness. I will have a better outcome. How can you have a better outcome where you are already worried and anxious? Reactive mind. So what should be the nearing opposite? Nearing opposite of reactive mind is a conscious mind. Can you become angry after an hour at a particular time? You put it into your agenda, and the moment that time comes, you will have a smile on your face because you are conscious, you are aware. So that is the meaning I said. Opposite of reactive mind is a conscious mind. You are aware. As long as you are aware, there is no question of anger, reaction. nearing opposite, just to explain it. So, a mind that responds to external triggers with awareness, with thoughtfulness, and emotional poise is a conscious mind. Emotional poise, thoughtfulness, or you can say with awareness. It demands a self inquiry and meditation. Through the meditation and self inquiry, through contemplation and reflection, you cultivate the ability to observe the thoughts and emotions without reacting. Before you respond, you observe the thoughts and the feelings and emotions, and then you are ready to respond, not to react. It leads to improved decision making in your life. You told me something about Amazon. You also discussed. You also wrote to me something about your Medicare. Yes, I now remember. It's because of the reactive mind. But now you have an improved decision making, good relationship, harmony, and the capacity to respond skillfully. Pure state of the mind. We are discussing about the pure states of the mind. And what that is the result. So again you see Sankalpa is one, Vikalpa is one. Again, it has a root source is the Vasana. So in the Vasana, we have two types of thought, feeling, and emotions, positive and the negative. You are triggering the positive emotion. How? By this self-inquiry, by contemplation and reflection. So it is the Vasana of being self-aware in the mental discipline. You have a sankalpa of a conscious choice. Your mind says, no, I'll take a conscious choice. Let me become aware. And overcoming. Vikalpa. So how you overcome that reactive mind of a desire to react impulsively. You get rid of a desire to react impulsively the moment you are aware. You have a conscious mind. Money mind. Where is what will be the exact, not exact, but I would say uh, near opposite mind. Near opposite of money mind. It should be a content mind. A mind that finds fulfillment, peace, and happiness within, who takes this peace and happiness is within me. I am not doing anything in the world for the sake of peace, happiness outside, because no one contains that property. You have that firm conviction. You remember these thoughts. You start thinking in this way. So when you start thinking in this way, then the contentment results. That contentment cultivates a sense of sufficiency and detachment from the craving and obsession and the projected happiness in the money. Result is inner peace, generosity, and ability to appreciate life, the joys in your life. My master, and roughly he used to get a donation from his students about $1 million every year. Total, I'm talking about $1 million. Generosity, I'm talking about the generosity. He said, what I need for my peace and I'm already in peace and happiness. So out of that $1 million, he used to give those $1 million or the possession or the things. So we students used to buy a lot of stuff. 10 kilogram of rice, 10 kilogram of wheat, 2 kilogram of sugar, half a kilogram of tea bags, and etc., etc. We used to make a big bag, each costing about maybe $2,000 or $3,000. Why we We used to keep those bags, big bags, yeah, including the blankets to take care of the cold. And because he was living in the Himalayas, so he used to invite 300 to 400 monks and seekers and the poor people. That is how we celebrated our New Year's Eve. And we used to offer those stuff to 300 to 400 people. The entire monastery used to be filled with the joy. Not only that, we used to offer the best food. So Eastern wisdom says that we should have a kind of generosity. That also develops a sense of contentment. Generosity also here means that I'm offering something to you out of love, not out of expectations. That is opposite of money mind. Strong likes and dislikes mind, that is the impure states of the mind, and if you do the opposite, it may be the equanimity, that you are not impacted. It does not mean that you are indifferent. No. So the mind that remains impartial, one, that is objective, and that is not carried away by one's personal preferences, is the mind with an equanimity. Why the mind with an equanimity is a pure state of the mind? Nothing can influence and dictate your decision. Your craving, your frustration will dissolve. What works from the Eastern wisdom? The power of discernment. Discernment means that I have to inquire, I have to contemplate and reflect, and also the dispassion. We have already discussed in detail. Discernment and dispassion enables seeing beyond subjective likes and dislikes. Or I would say discernment and dispassion enables me to see the situation objectively. So when you see the situation, relationship objectively, it leads to the wise decision, fairness in relationship, and a right decision making. Now you know how I have to communicate, what I have to say. So you have total control over fleeting emotions because of the strong likes and dislikes. They are already gone. It is like a judge who delivers a just verdict based on evidence and the spirit of law. Oh, let me analyze. My mind has a strong likes for it, but no, I have to be objective. Beyond that likes, I have to see whether you have done the thing correctly or you have done the things wrongly. Let me check it. Let me understand it in my mind. Then you take a decision so you are not upset. Rationalizing mind. I told you, rationalizing mind. Without rhymes and reason, and you are going with your preferences, and that causes a lot of problems in the world outside. What should be the opposite of rationalizing mind? It is the integrity mind. Integrity, a mind committed to clarity, honesty, accountability, and you can also add ethical behavior without making excuses of my wrongdoing or without making excuses of if I have done something which does not conform to the society, to the relationship. So when I focus on accountability and honesty and ethical behavior, I change my impure state of the mind, that is rationalizing mind, to an integrating mind, and I live in calmness and peace. So what helps? What is the cause of this pure state of the mind? Truthfulness, self-discipline. I'm aware. I'm not going to respond to you instantly. Let me wait and think and contemplate. So what happens? The truthfulness and the self-discipline. So what is the result? The result is their trustworthiness, personal growth, respect for others. So in rationalizing, I internally and impulsively disrespect others. It impairs my personal growth. What I have to do with anyone, just be carefree, but with an idea of honesty and accountability. So that becomes your hmm? What we say, integrity mind, opposite of rationalizing mind, grandiose mind. Oh, very egoistic, inflated ego, grandiose mind, to prove that I'm superior than everyone. So, do you remember what should be the opposite? Humble mind, a mind rooted in humility. Self. If you are rooted in humility, you are always self-aware. If you are rooted in self-awareness, you are always calm and relaxed. If you are always calm and relaxed, it will recognize that inflated ego because of this feeling of superiority. And once you recognize it, it will dissolve. My master used to say it is because of the what should be the cause of humble mind. My master used to talk in traditional way. He says non-stealing in terms of non-stealing. Non-stealing here means that I do not strip anyone of their position, their strength, their calmness and peace. So in that term, you can use the word non-stealing. So what happens? When you follow this, it leads to harmonious relationship, openness to learning, and the ability to celebrate others' success. You appreciate. Your way of communication begins with how to give the right appreciation to the people you meet every day. You become almost nothingness. Why you become nothingness? Because of the humility. From where it comes, the vasana, positive vasana. So I have a sankalpa of shared success. I have a sankalpa of appreciation. I have a sankalpa of goodness in others. So that will help me release the vikalpa of desire for inflated ego. Did you get it? So, yeah, we will take up other impure states of the mind. Focused mind. What is the impure states of the mind? Monkey mind. So I have to think, what exactly is the focused mind as opposite to the monkey mind? A mind that can sustain attention, that can avoid in distraction and engage in deep focus. When you listen to anyone, you have a deep focus. You avoid distraction. What are the distractions when you're listening to someone? You are looking at that person, and you look at this, how he is dressed. No, that's not my goal. Just for example. So I have to avoid distraction. Let me pay attention to what one is saying so that I can respond consciously with this self awareness. So, what is the cause of this focused mind? Regular practice of meditation, regular contemplation. What are the objects, people, and relationship where my mind is distracted? You are contemplating and reflecting. And every day you do it for a couple of minutes, and after a week you recognize, oh, it's so easy. And then we withdraw, the sensory withdrawal. What is sensory withdrawal? A friend of yours comes with maybe a necklace costing $50,000. You don't pay attention to that necklace, you pay attention to the person. You respond to the person, you don't respond to the necklace. That is what is sensory withdrawal. And that has to be lived in daily life. And when you live in daily life, you will find focused mind can easily be attained. Result is enhanced productivity, calmness, improved relationship, poise. So what is happening in the process according to the Eastern wisdom? I told you vasana, good and bad, sankalpa, vikalpa, then the desire, delusion, and we have an impure states or the pure states of the mind. So same process is there. So good vasana. So good vasana triggers my mind. So how it will trigger? Because I have sense of mental discipline. And that creates a sankalpa of focused engagement. I am listening to you. No, I'm not listening to your clothes. I'm not listening to your necklace. I'm not listening to your watch. I'm not. Then what happens? I overcome the vikalpa of a desire for a constant distraction. Independent mind, sheep mind, and closed mind. Opposite is independent mind. Independent. My mind should definitely be independent. It should be independent of my attachment and detachment, strong likes and dislikes, and the craving and the possessions. In the moment we have craving, possessions, attachment, detachment, likes and dislikes, it is not independent. It depends on. So that's why I normally translate opposite of antonym of sheep mind is the independent mind. Independent mind has to be inside. Don't start saying, declaring in public, I have an independent mind, I'm not going to listen to you. No, that means grandiose mind. It is an inner feeling, inner state. So a mind that thinks critically, thinking is inside. Questions assumptions. You question the false notion. And then you form an opinion based on reason and evidence. Based on reason and evidence. Then how it comes? By self-study, by self-inquiry, by self-examination. What I said today. How I should have said. So self-inquiry, contemplation, reflection, and then we introduce the discernment. So self-inquiry with the discernment helps me to recognize the sheep mind. Means false assumptions, wrong notions that I have accepted from the society, I can break by critically thinking. What is the result? Leads to originality, clarity, freedom. And freedom, and you are always in calmness and peace. Why? I will analyze and with discernment, and then I will respond to the people. If one person is criticizing me, I'm not at all worried. Upset mind. Can you feel? You see, our mind is so much carried away by the impure states of the mind so that we hardly recognize what are the pure states of the mind, and that is why this session is. So the upset mind, you can say resilient mind. So how can you say the resilient mind, a mind that remains calm, adaptable, solution-oriented when challenges and setback comes. Upset mind means setback and challenges are there. So in those situations, you tell your mind, let me remain calm. I recognize here is the problem, here is the challenge. You start questioning how to solve this problem. What are the options? Let me find the best option. You start thinking in this way rather than getting upset and carried by the anger and hesitation unnecessary. So resilient mind is very, so it demands a self-discipline, self-awareness. It demands a discernment and dispassion that cultivates the resilience to weather difficulties in the grace. Where is the effect? The effect is emotional stability, problem-solving skills, ability to bounce back from adversity. You can face any challenges. Think of it. I'm leaving the part, reason behind it, relationship to the vasana, sankalpa, vikalpa, and desire, and that chain, you know it. So you have to see that what kind of a sankalpa is also a thought. So it's a thought to grow through the challenges. So when you have a thought to grow through the challenges, what will happen to that mind, impure states of the mind? You have a desire for control, and you avoid the discomfort. Fear mind. Fear mind, courageous mind. Opposite is courage. What is courageous mind? So when you listen these two talks, the last week and this week, I believe you will evolve into a new person. Courageous mind that faces challenges and uncertainties with confidence, inner confidence. We are not going to show the bravery at the border or to a criminal. No, it's an inner mental and emotional discipline. And I keep the growth mindset. So persistent practice of discernment and dispassion, contemplation means self-inquiry in facing fear with faith. Faith in what? Peace is my essential nature. Fear cannot stay in peace and joy inside with that real self. It leads to comfort. It leads to dropping your comfort zone. That is also the cause of fear. It leads to personal growth. So I have a sankalpa of growth. Whenever there is a fear, I will grow. So I have a thought. Then I release the vikalpa. Releasing vikalpa of desire to avoid any challenge. I don't avoid any challenges of my life means I don't avoid unknown fears. Problem is solved. Biased mind. What is biased mind? Means impartial mind. And that we can easily understand it easily. Impartial mind is one that assesses people, situation, relationship objectively, without any prejudice or preconceived notions. You are meeting all the sun without any prejudice and preconceived opinion. You are a mom, so let me meet everyone, hug everyone, embrace everyone. Whatever their attitude is, let them be. But when they come in front of you, I'm just giving one example. So what is the cause behind it? It is the truthfulness and non-harming, not reacting, foster a commitment to seeing and treating others fairly. You treat everyone fairly. All are your kids. You don't need to be biased. What is the result? So what is going to happen in your mind? fair decision making, respect. You receive the respect from everyone. And you receive the respect from everyone. So sankalpa of fairness through discernment and vikalpa of a desire to validate one's biases is dropped. Mood swing mind. What is the mood? Again, you can use the word equanimity mind, calm mind, relaxed mind. Just, that you can say. So, opposite of mood swing mind, if we try to explain it, a mind that maintains an emotional stability and a balance without being overly reactive to external circumstances, relationship, people, situations, body pain, body discomfort. Oh, what will happen? Nothing is going to happen. Meditation works, regular practice of meditation works, sensory withdrawal works if you practice daily. And what you are doing, that may be a sensory withdrawal practice. You are not noticing it. I'll explain you in my following sessions that when you sit calmly without doing anything, that's a good idea. Good way. Do it every day. But don't leave the practice. That is what I have written to you. So it leads to a consistent well-being. It results that you wake up in the morning, you live, you recognize I'm in the state of the well-being, harmonious relationship, an ability to respond to the life's ups and downs with a grace. But if you are living with a mood swing mind, it causes a lot of challenges in the practice. So we are responsible for it. Cognitively biased mind is another. Let us take the depressed mind. One more. Where is the opposite of depressed mind? It's a joyful mind. Simple. And then what is the joyful mind? A mind that experiences and radiates joy, contentment, and gratitude, even in the face of life challenges. Radiates joy, contentment, and gratitude. So, can you relate it to contentment? Yes. Can you relate it to self-inquiry? That these are the causes to result that results into joyful mind. I have to. You're doing good. You're sitting calmly, observing, watchful. That helps you. So what is the effect? It results into emotional resilience, positive relationship, meaning and purpose in life. Don't forget, cause is again the vasana, one side positive, other side negative. From there, the sankalpa and the vikalpa. So negative sankalpa, vikalpa results into impure states of the mind. Positive sankalpa and vikalpa, I find the solution and it results into the pure states of the. So what is the sankalpa here? Sankalpa of contentment. No, contentment. And how you release the vikalpa, the negative, desire to identify with the negative thought. Oh, I'm identifying with the negative thought. Let me drop it. So the last week's session and today's session. Today's session about pure states of the mind resulted because of regular practice of meditation, understanding these concepts and principles in contemplation and reflection. Just do the opposite. You don't contemplate and reflect. You don't practice. So the mind becomes unexamined life. It results into likes and dislikes, attachment and detachment, desire, emotional dependence, intellectual paralysis, and then this world is suffering for me. No, the world is not suffering for you. The entire world is full of peace and happiness, ready to meet all those challenges. Thank you. We will take the third lesson connected to these two.